Hello, everyone. It's William here from Allegory Gallery. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. It's another exciting night of lots of fun things to show you. Let me get my comments back here. It seems like comments are working today. That's awesome. We've had some other technical things happening here. So, yeah, hi. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Susie. I hope you're all doing great. I don't know what's going on here in town, but there were a lot of fire trucks or ambulances or something going on here close to us. So I don't know, Susie, if you've heard. I hope everyone is okay. When I ran out this evening to grab something at Dollar General, and I saw fire trucks down across the street from us, across the main street from us. That's where they come out of, but they were a little further down than that. So I don't know what's going on. Norma's here. Hello, Norma. Thank you for being here. If you're out there, please say hi. Please also share this video. Help us out. Help a small business out. One of the best things you can do. Oh, Andrew says, I think it's Santa. Is it Santa? I don't know. Maybe it's Santa. Didn't that happen though doesn't that happen on Black Friday when they do all that? Kimberly's here. Hello, Kimberly. Amanda's here. Hello, Amanda. Um, Susie says Santa Claus was driving around. Okay, so that's what it is. Good. I was concerned. It always makes me nervous when I hear the fire truck so close here. I get nervous when they go out anyway. But sorry, my throat. I am having some kind of it's not a bad reaction, but I'm very congested and I don't know why. I don't know if it's something I ate or what, but I haven't had much today, but I had some bananas. Really, that's I think all that I've eaten today. Maybe that's the problem. Um, Santa's on the diamond for light up night. Okay. I always thought light up night was Black Friday. I don't know why I'm off. Isn't that what it usually is? I don't know. Suzanne says, you all are supposed to get bad weather tomorrow. That might be why Andrew just asked me, like he's starting to, things are happening in his sinuses and he's like, is the weather changing? I haven't even looked at the weather. So I'm gonna actually, I have to plug in my iPad here since our computer email still isn't working. I haven't had really a second to look at that to try and figure that out yet, but I gotta plug in my iPad over here. Andrew says, oh, it is, but he's driving around. Okay, well, good for Santa getting out and about. So I did not look. I don't trust my weather app on here anymore. Since the last time when Susie told us it was supposed to be in the 60s and then it kept saying it was going to be in the 50, like at 50, and then it actually got up to 60. I don't know what app you use, Susie. I know you follow somebody, but yeah, I don't trust this app anymore. But today, I don't know. It's supposed to be in the 30s and 40s for the next week, and then Friday get up into the 50s. So my app is not showing me that it's going to get bad weather here. We're going to get some, I guess we are getting some rain tomorrow, but that's all it's showing for the most part. Thursday and Friday, some rain. So I don't know what's happening. So, all right. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It sounds great, says Andra. I know, right? Sandra's here. Hello, Sandra. Says it's supposed to be 70 on Christmas here. Oh boy, have they done Christmas? When is Christmas? Boy, I'm like, when is Christmas? I don't know. Tuesday, Wednesday, is Thursday Christmas? I think Thursday is Christmas. We're only gonna be at 43 here. But good for you, Sandra. That's nice. Andrew says, Denise posted about Santa driving around on the fire truck. Nice. Sleigh must be down, right? Oh, no. Susie says, we might get some freezing rain early. Okay, that makes sense then. Andrew says, when you're supposed to go to your brother's place. I believe it's Christmas Day. They're doing it at 6, I want to say. I got to check my mom's messages to me. Um, somewhere around 6:30 on Christmas Day is when we've been invited. So that's that. I gotta buy some groceries. I'm gonna do my lasagna. They've asked if I can do my lasagna, so I'm gonna do that. Gotta pick up some groceries for that. Um, I was driving all around today. I so I guess we'll start with Friday. Friday we had our creative make along. Some of you were able to join. Thank you so much for those of you who could. I started making something, which is this. I started making this bracelet, triple wrap, quadruple wrap bracelet, but then our cutters here um, dulled to the point where I could not cut the wire. It frayed at the end, and I cut it, and it was still frayed. I couldn't get any beads on it anymore, so I had to stop. Um, and I was going to take it to the store to finish it, but I forgot and I didn't have time. The store was actually quite busy this weekend, which we're very thankful for. So if you stopped in at Allegory Gallery this weekend, thank you so much for joining us. We had a few classes that we taught. We had some people picking up things for gifts. We had some people just in town who are jewelry makers who were looking for beads and they found us. So lots of good things happening. We're very, very appreciative for it. We needed a good weekend and we got a very good weekend. So it felt kind of like the old store again a little bit. And that was such a good feeling. And hopefully people will come back in and continue to come in and continue to find us. We're trying to push the news that we're there and get people to Johnstown. So we're very thankful if you came out, and just spreading the word and letting people know we're there really helps too. I was busy. My mom came up to visit me for a little bit with my dad. My dad has never seen the store before, so at least this one. He saw the Ligonier one, but he's never seen this one. So he and my mom came up, and my mom picked them up, and they came up and checked it out. So we talked a little bit about that and a few other things, and then people came in for classes, so they left. But it was really nice. We had a nice time. I had a really nice weekend with people. Um, yeah, we made lots of projects. I think we made the first class made 2 bracelets. Each person made a bracelet, and then the next one made, I think, 2 bracelets and 3 or 4 necklaces. So that was really fun. We had a good time. And like I said, it was good to see people in the store again. Sandra says, unfortunately, I'm really sick. I went to urgent care yesterday and was diagnosed with the flu. I feel awful. Hopefully your show will cheer me up. I hope so. That's no good. I saw, I did not read it. You know, I see these things and sometimes I just can't read them. But they do, there was a headline I saw that there's a new severe flu out there. So be careful, everyone. Um, it sounds like it's not severe for everyone from the way the headline was phrased, like a possible severe flu. So just be careful. Wear your masks if you got them, if you go out, and people are getting sick right now. Kimberly says it will be or we will be unseasonably warm here on Christmas in the 70s as well. Wow, nice. Andrew says feel better, right? Yes, we want you to feel better. Close to 80 here, says Suzanne. Ooh. Norma says, when I was growing up in Pittsburgh, Santa always came through our neighborhood on the fire truck with a loudspeaker and throwing candy. It was always at dinner time, and we would all run to the door. That's cute. This was around 7, I would say. Probably all the commotion kind of happened. So I guess that's kind of dinner time, right? My grandparents' dinner time. I always think of dinner time on my grandmother's schedule because my grandmother usually always tried to have dinner on the table at 6 o'clock. That's when my grandfather would come in from outside if he was out and eat. And sometimes in the summer, take a nap after eating and then go back out for a few hours. Or in the winter, he kind of, that was the end of the day. So I always think of 6 o'clock as kind of dinner or supper time. She always called it supper time. Um, Andrew said short pants weather, right? We don't get short pants weather here. Andrew says, I wanted to maybe go see my mom, but we'll have to wait. Yeah, it would be nice. I've been thinking about that too. If we can find a way to get down there for a little bit. and get to go see your mom. Um, Norma says, my computer is not cooperating. I may need to get a new one before the next make along. That's one thing we discussed in the make along, are next year's make alongs. Um, and we're considering doing a weekly or bi weekly, like every other week. It's always weird when you say bi weekly, right? Or bi monthly. It's like um, bi weekly, is it twice a week? Or is it every other week? Right? It can mean both things. So a weekly or every other week, we might do a make along on like Fridays, which would help me not have to rush home as crazily from the store on Fridays. Because when we have a regular live on Fridays, I usually try to rush back to the cottage, gather up some things for the live, and then rush home to do the live. And it would really kind of be nice if I could just leisurely come home and just be ready for the make along. Because the make along takes a lot less setup time than the lives. So, yeah. Yeah. So we're thinking maybe every week, but maybe every 2 weeks. We kind of want to grow that and give people, we feel like people are really, I don't know about you, maybe it's not everybody, but we feel like we've seen a lot of need right now for people coming together and just hanging out with each other, um, and not having to, deal with, it's kind of an open forum, but it's not, because it's just our AG Bead fam, and people who cooperate and are good people, um, get invited to that. So um, we're playing around with the idea and thinking like it would be nice to have a more regular in person meetup. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um, Andrew says, I'm surprised your dad hadn't seen it. I know, but he's not been up there yet. He's not been up there. My dad doesn't drive, so um, he comes up sometimes or comes to places with my mom, but um, he can't come by himself. So Andrew said, thanks, Andrew. Apparently the flu is rampant here, so we see everyone wearing a mask again. That's good. Marianne's here. Said I would gladly send anyone some cold weather. No, thank you. I'm fine. I don't mind winter, but I'm okay if it stays in the 50s too. That's all right. Andrew says, I didn't get my booster. I was thinking about maybe going to William's brother's place for Christmas, but I don't know. The kids were sick and I can't get sick right now. Yeah, it's a hard thing because the kids are always sick, right? Kids in general, always sick. Um, so it's one thing if I go and I get sick, which is hard anyway, too. Then I have to sequester from everybody and all that good stuff. But um, yeah, Andrew's got teaching gigs. Like he has teaching gigs at like Contemporary Craft, and if I can't absolutely go, um, he can do it without me. He doesn't need me. I think I'm helpful at least, but um, he has those scheduled, so it's hard for him to miss anything like that. Kimberly says, speaking of dinner, I better move to the kitchen and finish ours. Yeah, we started dinner not realizing how close to the live we were. So our dinner is currently in the air fryer. We're making chicken sandwiches, faux chicken sandwiches. So we're making a chicken sandwich and we have salads. So we're doing sandwich and salad tonight, and then maybe Andrew will whip up some kind of dessert or something. We'll see. We'll see how much time he's got. Um, Marion says 2 weeks is a fortnight. Fortnightly, maybe you could say fortnightly. It's also bi-weekly, but it can also mean twice a week. Twice a week, every 2 weeks, or fortnightly. Yes, you could say that. Um, a lot of people here, I don't think, might know what a fortnight is. I do, because I worked for a British car parts supplier. Um, but I think some people here may not know what a fortnight is if we said fortnightly. Um, let's see here. Andrew says we need to test it. Yeah, we need to test to see, um, what we would be doing. and how often? Kimberly says, I'm in on every 2 weeks. I think every 2 weeks is easier. But then we get into the thing, is it really every 2 weeks? Is it every twice a month? We got to figure out that kind of thing too. I think just starting every 2 weeks and going that way would be easiest rather than saying like first and third Fridays, or maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's easier for people to get in their calendar, but um, I think because some weeks there would then probably be a break and it'd be weird, and so probably every 2 weeks and just start it would be good. Um, Andrew says, we used to have folks come into the shop every week and it was so nice, real sense of community. Yeah, and that's kind of what we're trying to go for online, is have that real sense of community. Like, we all sit and chat here and comment, but it is not the same. There's not the same like getting to know you and hanging out and seeing people, not face to face, but seeing their faces at least. Um, there's a difference. There's a difference. And there's a big difference too if you can meet actually in person. Um, it's just like every step is a little bit a step closer to having that kind of real sense of community going, and having that time together. And the group is one thing, the Allegory Gallery Bead Design Challenges group. That's one thing, and we have a good community going there. Um, but there's only so much you can do there. And then we do these lives where you all can comment, but you only see me or Andrew. We don't get to see you. You don't get to see each other. And then we have the creative make-alongs where you do get to see each other, and we do actually get to have that. And then for those who can come visit in person, you actually you're with a real person. And there's all that goes with it, being able to hang out and do things together. So different stages, different levels, and we're trying to figure out how we can best, as we head into the new year. We're talking about how Andrew and I were talking on our trip to Contemporary Craft the other day about how we can do different things in the new year, and things that we saw succeeding this year, things we didn't, things we'd like to do better, things that we'd like to do period that we haven't done, things we might want to bring back or toss aside. So yeah. Let's see. Susie says, Andrew, you should get your booster. It's not too late. Go to Giant Eagle. Yeah, I think they do them there, huh? Anderson, plus my immune system isn't as good as it used to be. None of ours are, right? Anderson says, maybe my problem is that the boosters usually knock me out. So yeah, they knock him out pretty good. They probably think you're talking about the game. What game? Oh, the game Fortnite, though. Yeah. Yes. Yes. The game Fortnite. That's true. I forgot about that. See? Didn't even cross my mind. Andrew said there'd be a lot of disappointed kids if we were coming for a Fortnite game meetup and we're beating. That's true. That's true. Amanda says it's been snowing every day here. Not a whole lot, but enough. That's terrible. That's terrible. Sandra says the cough is the worst, and I have to sleep sitting up. Finally fell asleep at 4 a.m. It's terrible trying to stay positive. Yeah, I am. I'm not sick at all, but I didn't get to sleep until almost that time last night. And then our cats kept waking me up all night, moving around, scratching on the door. And then Andrew came in, and that started a whole new thing. And that was um, later in the morning. And then I woke up to an extreme, almost a panic attack, um, and had to get kind of through that this morning. And by the time I got through that, I was exhausted. So I went back to sleep, which started my day later than I wanted to. And then I had to run up to Johnstown today to drop off Andrew's trade in for his phone because we're almost at the point where we're not going to get the trade in if we don't do it. So I wanted to do it in person. And then when I went to do it in person, they're like, your thing says that you're going to get the biggest trade in, but my thing's saying you're going to get this a lower trade in. So we had to figure that out. They ended up just printing the label and shipping the phone. They're going to ship the phone for us. And I'm like, if I'd have known that, I could have just done that from home. But I did have to stop at the store because I left some things at the store there as I was packing up. I was there a little bit late yesterday because we had a class run over, and then I had to clean up some things and stuff. And I forgot to pack a few things that I realized today. So I did that and stopped at the store, and then came home, stopped at the cottage to turn on the pellet stove, refill the pellet stove, and then pick some things up for tonight's show. So and then I just got home a little bit ago after running. I ran to the bank and I ran to Dollar General and said hi to Andrew real quick, pretty much. Started dinner because I thought I had more time than I did, and then here I am. So that's been my day. Um, but yeah, it's been a long one, and I'm sure Sandra, you feel like it's been an extra long day, even though you fell asleep at 4. Hopefully, you can sleep. Um, The one thing I found, like I've been very congested lately, and um, I got myself some nose strips, and they help so much for my sleeping. So I don't know what you're dealing with. Maybe you're clear, but if you're not, I highly suggest trying them if you've never tried them before. Um, they're so nice, and when I am sick, they really do usually help me then too. I just forget to get them sometimes. But then I'm always like, oh, I can kind of breathe at least a little bit. Because it's always bad when this is so stuffed and then you're trying to breathe through your mouth and then it's like you can't breathe anything. Um, Andrew says, financially, the only way we can do more make alongs is if we boost online sales. That would equal not having a live sale. Yeah. So that's why we kind of have to decide about easing into them and if it's feasible for us to do them. Um, because I'm trying to put more things in the online store. You may have noticed Andrew's ornaments, his Mothman ornaments. If you missed that news, they are in the online store. We decided to debut those in the online store yesterday. He had them finished up and he was showing them to people, and people were asking if they're available. And so instead of waiting until the live today, we put them in last night. Nighttime is never a great time to add things to the online store and send out an email. So I brought those up here, the ones that haven't sold yet, and I'm going to show those to you all. And so if you want to grab them, you can this way. But they are in the online store, and I will probably ask you to grab them from the online store if you want to buy them. Um, yeah, I don't think I'm going to give them lot numbers because they already have SKUs, and I don't want to make any mess with the online stuff. So you can grab them in there. They're super cute though. Super cute. Andrew says, I went to bed around 11 a.m. Yeah, that was 11 a.m. And I had just gotten up a little bit earlier than that and had like a panic attack. And he comes in and is like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm kind of having a panic attack. So that was not great. I came down and fed the cats and took my pills and wait for my pill to kick in. Um, yeah, let's see. Apparently, he was in my area looking through my stuff. Oh, yeah. I was in Andrew's area looking through his stuff. So I found some of his things for the live tonight. Um, he said I can sell them. So at least some of them. Some of them he did take away from me. He took away from me and said I can't have it. But uh, most of the stuff he said I can sell it. Marion says, I did get a nice size check today, but I can't deposit it until Wednesday. Oh, that's good. That's always good. Even if you can't deposit it right away, it's always good to get a nice size check. I love getting nice size checks. Um, always good. Suzanne says, I got my Mothman. Yes, you did. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Not many people have grabbed them though. I'm super surprised. And not a lot of people were asking about them or saying they like them. Not many people have grabbed them. So that's why I wanted to show them here tonight. They're cute ornaments and hopefully you all like those. So we're going to show you those. Andrew has some other ornaments that are in the works. I didn't bring them up, so maybe I'll go down and grab them or he can bring them up if he's ready to show those. He was going back and forth on showing them or not tonight. So if y'all want to see them, let us know. And then I have a whole bag of goodies to show you tonight. So we'll see. We'll see. I think we'll do probably 30 lots again tonight, maybe 40. I don't know. We'll see what we do. I don't know where my papers are though. We reorganized. Um, that means I pushed things aside for the creative make along. And now I don't know what I did with the papers. I don't need these anymore. I when I did the creative make along, I pulled things from the stuff that we had shown over the past few weeks that I still have here. Because I wanted to make something with some of them. And I kind of like what I made, kind of wasn't happy with it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna keep making it or not. What I'm gonna do. My lights keep falling. Okay, so I'm gonna cut new paper while we chat a little bit more. Yeah, maybe if I can find my scissors. There they are. Marion says, Mothman, not my vibe. Sorry. That's all right. They're super cute. They're little moths. I don't know. I don't know much of the lore about Mothman, but I love Mothman because I love moths. I think moths are beautiful creatures. And so Mothman, I think, is just cool. And you could just say these are cute little moths, right? Maybe. But yeah, so how was everyone else's weekend other than Sandra getting sick? How was everybody else doing? Suzanne says, I love moths too. I know, they're so pretty. Like butterflies get all the talk because they're so, colorful but moths are like big and fuzzy and they look cuddly almost sometimes. Like you want to cuddle with a big moth. Um, I don't know, but I love moths. I think they're really pretty. Marianne likes some moths. Well, well, I like moths. Um, I know some moths are not good for like plants in the garden, but that's the case with everything, right? Some bugs, they just want to eat too. Andrew says, "What did everyone do over the weekend? See what everybody do." Suzanne says, "Not much. Church stuff and finish some Christmas wrapping." Yeah, I have to do some Christmas wrapping. To do that too. I put up the tree at the store. That's one thing I did. The little tree and put all of Andrew's ornaments on the tree in the window. So it's up there glowing and lighting up the window, which is kind of cute. Didn't get a picture of it, of course, because I meant to, and then had people in, which is I'd rather I'd rather that be the reason I forget having people in the store. Susie's here. Hello, Susie. How are you doing? Norma says, I like Luna moths. Luna moths are beautiful. Andrew says, I love the fuzzy pink moths. I know. Fuzzy pink ones and the fuzzy white or gray ones. They have the big fuzzy antennas. So nice. I like them. What everybody else doing? How's everybody's weekend been? Yeah. How's your Friday been? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you didn't join us for the make along, we didn't get to see you Friday either. So hopefully you've been having a good one. I'm trying to think. Oh, we started watching the next season of Emily in Paris, which is actually Emily in Rome right now. We just saw, I think, the first episode, I think we watched. So that's fun. That's a little fun thing that we started doing too here. That's not work related. We talk about work related stuff a lot, but We want to also know what people are doing. Like, just what are you doing? What are you watching? What are you reading? Andrew released his book list, or part of his book list from that he listened to over the course of this year. Quite a lot of books on that list. Some people were talking about that, so that's nice. Suzanne says, Andrew, what fuzzy pink ones? Amanda says, the weather was terrible, so I didn't go out. That's nice. Being able to stay in, that's awesome. I did something to my back on Thursday morning, says Susie. I've been pretty debilitated all weekend. Oh no. Resting is probably best then, right? Resting is probably best. Get your rest. Hopefully it feels better. Oops, I accidentally moved the phone screen too far. And it takes my screen and it reduces it like down to this. So now I gotta really try to get these comments in here. Let's see. Andrew says the rosy maple moths. Cute. Just finished my workday. Now I'm off the rest of the year, says Kimberly. So nice. I wish that would be nice. Be off the rest of the year. Marion says there's a really big moth with eye spots that looks like an owl. Gorgeous. Nice. Suzanne says, sorry, Susie, my foot still acts up from hitting your foot. That's, yeah, no good. No good. Nora says, I still have to finish season 1 of Emily in Paris. What? How many seasons are there? Like 5? Are there 5? I can't remember now. Get through it, Norma. Go watch it. Not now. Tonight. Catch up with us. Suzanne says, Andrew T. Kingfish shows a new book out in March. That was one of the I wanted to say artists, one of the authors that Andrew's been listening to a lot. Amanda did Friday errands. It was stressful driving, but I had to. Yeah. There were times driving. I white knuckle drove home a few times, but the end of the weekend here was not too bad, thankfully. Marianne grazed goodies for a solstice feast. What did you have for your solstice feast? Happy solstice, by the way, everybody, right? That was what, yesterday, I think? The shortest day of the year. Now we start gaining more light every single day. That's a good feeling, I think. Andrew says the snake eater just came out. Suzanne says yes. Marion says this is season 5. That's what I thought. Sue says I ended up missing work most of Thursday and all of Friday. I couldn't even stand up straight. Then don't, right? If you can't do it, don't do it. If it hurts too bad, get your rest. I know that's the last thing you want, right? Because we all like hate to be put out to the point we can't do things usually, but sometimes your body tells you you need to rest. So I hope you're feeling better. Hopefully it gets worked out. I don't know if it's muscle or what it is for you, but um, you know, find some strong arnica if you can, because that's what Andrew swears by these days. Works pretty well. Amanda says, going to watch the second Hobbit movie. Take care, everyone. Have a good night, Amanda. Let's see. Found a mobile chiropractor and he's been great. That's good. There's an orange and yellow moth, Andrew says, that I like called the regal moth. Nice. Marianne had baklava, cheesies, and shrimp. That is quite the combination. Baklava, cheesies, and shrimp. That's quite a dinner. Quite a feast. Andrew says, we read a book club book called Girl of the Limberlost, and I was skeptical, but I actually liked it. So he says, my friend Jason, aka Boat Boy, has been really helpful. That's good. Andrew says, the main character collects moths for money. Ooh. Nora says, the cheesies don't quite fit there, Marianne. Right? I don't know, that all seems like a strange, but I'm not one to say anything about strange food combinations because I will eat so many weird things. And oftentimes in the evenings when I'm like snacking, I will have the weirdest combinations of things. For instance, also separately over the whole day. That's good. But who's to I'm not judging. I will have like there have been nights like we had some coleslaw dressing and cabbage, and I made coleslaw the one night. And then after I had the coleslaw, we had some pickled beets. So then I ate pickled beets. And then I think I had cheese puffs that night. And then we did have real food. I can't remember what we ate that night, but we also had real food. It might have been pasta or something. But I do have weird snacks. Andrew says your snacks are different. I know, right? Yeah, my snacks are very weird. Um, but I don't always like I don't like a lot of sweet stuff all the time. Every once in a while is fine. But Andrew says like randomly eating canned sauerkraut. Yeah, sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm in the grocery store and I'm like, sauerkraut would taste really good tonight. So I buy a can of sauerkraut and a can of pickled beets and um stuff like that. And that's sometimes my snacks. I feel like we always think of snacks, they have to be like sweet or they have to be potato chips, right? But sometimes my snacks, like I do like fermented things, so or pickled things. And so I um I will sometimes eat pickles and sauerkraut or what's the other one? Anyway, yeah. Your Eastern European is showing, says Andrew, right? Marion says they fit for me, Norma, right? Norma says I had chipped ham sandwich for dinner because I ordered it shipped from Pennsylvania Macaroni Company. Penn Mac, um, Penn Mac in the strip. Nice. That's awesome, Norma. Um, Norma says the ham, not the sandwich. 2 pounds of it. Yeah, I figured. Um, you know, I used to love chipped ham when I was growing up, and we didn't get it from there, but my grandmother would often get it, here at Giant Eagle, or so they went shopping at Giant Eagle. My grandfather would pick it up from work, but she'd always tell him to get it. So we grew up eating a lot of like chipped ham, um, and it was more. I mean, it's just like sliced very thin, right? And I'm assuming that's the same thing you get, but it was always so good. And then she would often get kind of the honey ham, and it would be the chipped like kind of honey ham, and it was really good. And I kind of miss that because you do ham and cheese sandwiches, so good. Andrew says we saw a billboard for chipped ham and we thought of you, Norma. Yeah, we did actually. There was a billboard for it on the way to Pittsburgh. I think it was. We saw it, and we said, "Oh, Norma." Susie says, had tuna helper and biscuits tonight. Jason grew up on boxed foods, but with all the pain, it's been comforting. He's not usually so helpful, must want something. Oh boy. I don't know who this Jason is, but at least he's helping out. That's good. Um, Norma says, I just get cravings for it sometimes. That's the same thing with me. I get cravings for all the weird stuff. Um, Sorry, my iPad went quiet. Just want to make sure that's up. Because we're going to get started soon. So if you're out there, please say hi if you haven't said hi yet. Let us know what you did this weekend if you haven't said. If you have any plans, what's everybody doing for the holidays? Are you doing something? Or are you staying in? What's been happening? What are you feeling like this holiday season? I'll be going probably as long as all is well to my brother's with my mom and my dad. Um, and so I'll be going there on Christmas Day. Um, and but that's about it. Nothing major. I gotta make some lasagna and go up there and bring food back for Andrew if he doesn't go. He might go, but he hasn't decided yet. It depends probably on how the kids are and if they're feeling germy or not. We do have to watch with him. Marion says, never going to crave sauerkraut. Oh, I crave it. I'm thinking about it right now. Now that Andrew said it, I'm like, why didn't I get sauerkraut today? Kimchi, that's the other one I was thinking of. Sometimes I grab, our Giant Eagle has bags. They come in kimchi that comes in bags, and it's really good. Um, Andrew says, I've been debating about eating meat again to increase protein. Yeah. There are some things that are hard to get if you don't eat meat. And we do eat eggs, so some of that stuff can come from eggs. But there are certain, I think there are amino acids that are very difficult to get unless you eat meat. You can get some from seaweed, but we also don't eat a lot of seaweed. I do sometimes buy the supplements, and I am out and I need to get more of those, but they're super expensive when you buy the vegan ones. You can get them cheap if you buy the ones that come from meat. Andrew says, I might sneak peek the Krampus ornaments. Yeah, Andrew's been making Krampus ornaments. Pam is here. Hello, Pam. Thanks for joining us. Pamela. Sorry, I don't know if it's Pam or Pamela. Staying in. So staying in with the kids hopefully will be magical. We celebrate the 12 days of Christmas. Christmas Day is day one. Nice. That's awesome. Suzanne says, I like Krampus too. Yeah, Andrew made some really awesome Krampus ornaments. I've seen some of them so far that have maybe are finished. Um, But yeah, so he's probably working on them, finishing up now. Andrew said, are you having pottery this week? No, I don't have it this week, and I don't have it next week because it's Christmas Eve, I think, and New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, something like that. However it falls, I don't have it for the next 2 weeks. So no pottery class on Wednesdays. Um, Norma says, I would never crave that either, Marianne, or kimchi. See, I do. I love that stuff. I used to eat pickled herring too, and I used to crave pickled herring every once in a while. Um, I also still sometimes crave pepperoni. I would buy these giant bags. Our Giant Eagle sells these humongous bags. I don't know if they're 5 or 10 pound bag. They're big bags of pepperoni, and they're cut that's sliced, but it's they're not sliced regularly. Like there are like some that are like giant chunks in there and some that are really thin, and but they sell those, and I used to buy bags of those at a time. Well, I'd buy a bag and then devour it like within, I'm not going to say how much time, but in too short a time. And I do love pepperoni. Um I love all those kind of meats, but we don't eat them anymore. So I have almost put bags of pepperoni in my cart at the store, even as late as like a few weeks ago. I almost did it because I get a craving for it, and it sometimes just doesn't register. Like, you don't eat meat. Like this is meat. Sometimes the craving is strong. But yeah, so that's that anyway. Andrew says, I like a good Reuben. They have a mushroom one and a seitan one that is delicious. I do love a Reuben. I miss a Reuben. Um, let's see here. What are we doing? Sorry, my comments are jumping. It's probably too late for Krampus this year, but I'll have an early start for next year, right? I'm off most of my yoga classes for 2 weeks as well. That makes sense because you usually do them on Wednesdays with my pottery class, right? For the same day. You probably do more than just Wednesday, but I know that you're often um, talking about that on those days. Pickled herring qualifies as craveable, says Marianne. Oh, we got one. We got it one in common. Um, Suzanne's a stop at the pickled herring, please. It's worse than lunches. Oh boy. Not pickled herring fan. Marianne said, and pickled pig's feet. That I've never eaten. That I have never, ever eaten. Never tried it. One of my friends in college got me into pickled herring, and that's the only reason because I'd never tried it before. And we were in the grocery store, and they're like, "Have you ever done pickled herring?" I'm like, no. And then I tried it, and then it was good. Anyway, I'll stop talking about it. Except Diane says, "Love pickled herring and cream sauce." It's good. Um, oh, it's worse than, is you're trying to say kimchi, worse than kimchi. Oh boy. Andrew says whoever cut that pepperoni was tired. Yeah, because it would come. Sometimes you'd see these giant slices, and they're like almost like a piece. It was a piece of the pepperoni stick that's like just chunked out. Like I'm done. And this is the blade's too close now. Just throwing it in the bag. Um, let's see here. Andrew says it was so random. Yeah, it was. Norma's spending Christmas Day with my friend Sherry and her mother who has dementia. Hopefully, it will be a good day for her. I hope so. Pamela says, do they have vegetarian pepperoni? So seasoned, you'd think there'd be a faux option. They do. Um, the thing that I have a problem with a lot of the faux meats is that to get the meat flavor, they just use smoke. And I don't actually like pepperoni to me doesn't taste that smoky like what you get in the fake stuff. Um, So that's kind of like I don't really like that flavor. Um, and so like the fake hot dogs, because I used to love a good hot dog too every once in a while. The fake meats in general, they get that flavor by adding the smoke. And I'm not a fan of that entirely that much. So it's hard. Um, you would think they could just do it with spices and things and not have to go crazy with the smoke, but I have not found anyway a good alternative that's a replacement. Now there used to be Beyond Foods made a beef jerky um that was excellent. Like I would like because I love jerky. Beef teriyaki jerky, beef teriyaki jerky is my one of my favorite things too. And Beyond Foods made a Beyond Jerky. They discontinued it, I found out, because I was like, I haven't seen it in a while. And I keep looking for it. I'm like, maybe they just don't have it at the store anymore. They discontinued it. And I am so sad about that because it was so close to real jerky and it tasted so good. And you would think they could do something like that with those kind of preserved meats. Marianne says, I'm going to cuddle with my cats. Nice. Nice. Andrew says they do make some. It's not as good though. Yeah. So he says I met Jason years ago when he was homeless and impaired. Now he's clean and sober and lives on a boat with solar and wind power. I'm very proud of him. That's awesome. That's awesome. So that's why he's boat boy. Um, Suzanne said this food discussion is going downhill. Oh no. What should we talk about, Suzanne? What kind of food should we talk about instead? Thinking of making a coffee cake, says Andrew. You going to get me loaded up with caffeine? Suzanne says, Andrew, I support that. Um, the hot dogs are pretty convincing, says Andrew. Yeah, some of the hot dogs, the faux hot dogs are okay. Um, there's this, I don't know if anybody remembers. I may have talked about this before. There used to be, I swear the brand was called New Meat. N-U Meat. New Meat. And they made hot dogs in a can, but they were vegetarian hot dogs. And they came in a like a metal can, like your beans or diced tomatoes come in a can. And you would open the can and there were hot dogs in there, but they were vegetarian hot dogs. I need to ask my dad about this because he's the one I think that introduced me to them because his family used to be vegetarian and they used to eat those. And I think it was called New Meat, one of those names that back in the 80s, New Meat. Um, I guess we're probably not that much different. Impossible Foods and Beyond Burgers but New Meat, and they had hot dogs in a can. And I remember eating those and I thought they were good, but I've never seen them like recently. So I don't know if anybody out there remembers that. Do you all remember that? Have you ever seen those? Um, But I feel like the new modern hot dogs are pretty convincing. They are a little bit smoky, and I know hot dogs are smoky in general too. Um, but I do grab a faux hot dog every once in a while. Um, Suzanne's searching for a cabbage recipe for New Year's Day. What kind of cabbage? Um, Andrew says, "What are you in the mood for? Me or Suzanne?" Says, "Aside, I'm making black-eyed peas." Oh, coffee cake doesn't have coffee. It's basically a cake with crumble on top. Okay, I see what you're saying. Um, it's not doused in the coffee like a tiramisu or something. Although nothing's going to stop me from eating a tiramisu if somebody puts it in front of me or anywhere close to me. Coffee cake would be good. Be good if you want to do that. Suzanne's looking for a cabbage side, black-eyed peas. Andrew says, I sometimes do caramelized onions and cabbage with diced tomatoes and a glaze of apple cider vinegar. Andrew does a good job with the cabbage. It's good stuff. So yeah, that's that's an interesting conversation, right? Interesting conversation for tonight. Don't ask Andrew for a recipe though, because um, he doesn't make recipes. He doesn't work with recipes. Marianne says much wider vegan vegetarian choices today. Used to be there was only Eve's Meats available here in Canada. Yeah, there used to not be a lot of anything. And that's why I think these hot dogs, like, they stick in my mind because they were the one thing we would eat because we were meat eaters growing up. But they were the one thing like, ooh, this is vegetarian. This is different. I also think that this new meat product, there was also a can of it was like it was meat, fake meat that you could fry up, but it was like a can. It looked like pretty much like a can of the look of it was kind of like refried beans. Like it was just a puree of something in a can. And I feel like we had that too. Um, that's weird. I just thought about that. There were hot dogs and there was the meat can. Marion says bubble and squeak, Suzanne. Norma says Suzanne have you had halushki? Polish with noodles and onions. I do like halushki. Halushki, so good. Anders is really easy. You can even burn the cabbage and it makes it even more delicious. There you go. Don't have to worry about that cabbage in that recipe, right? All right, I'm gonna flip the camera around. We're gonna get started with the show of things. We've got some new things, some vintage things, some things to show you today. Let me switch this up, get my camera switched around. I'm going to, I don't know, hopefully this isn't, if the screen goes black, I'll be back. There, I don't know if the screen went black for y'all or not. Sometimes I had to close some tabs to make my screen bigger. And sometimes when I do that, I've noticed that the screen sometimes goes black for the viewers, and I don't know why that is. Ow. Ow. What was that? Oh. Yikes. That was a tiny piece of wire that just decided to stick into my skin. Not great. Norma says, Andrew, you seem to be in a burning mood. Burning mode. What's he burning? What's he burning now? I'm going to show you these. Oops, my screen is still. Let me switch my. I have my screen mirrored. Camera. Don't mirror anymore. There we go. It's cold here and things are taking forever to dry. Yeah, Andrew's little heater died. It passed away. We're super sad about that. So we don't have the little heater to put on things Interesting. That's from the Make Along. I know. I had a little wire. I think it came from. You see the end of my Softlex. What ended up happening when I was cutting it, because my cutters weren't working right, and then a little piece of that tiny wire just tried to go into my finger. It hurts more than you think. So don't do that, y'all. The pot stickers didn't get too bad. They were overdone, but still. Oh, those pot stickers were delicious, though. Those were delicious. Suzanne says it was so hard to choose a Mothman, the sweet faces. They do have sweet faces. They're each different. So they're on the online store as different. I have to keep these numbers with them because I use these numbers for the skewing system that we used on them. But look at these little faces. Look at those little faces. And Andrew signed and dated the backs of each of them. Andrew says, looks like you were trying to strip the wire. Yeah, that's what ended up happening. So these are available in the online store. You can get yours there. I'm not going to sell them here because they're already in the online store and I don't want to mess up the inventory or in case somebody bought them there already. So if you like something that you see here, you can check them out at allegorygallery.com. These are all available there. I'm going to show you two at a time. I don't have much room for that on the mat. They're about 4 by 5 inches. And they're made out of draft wood, polymer clay, and epoxy clay that he built up here and then painted them and decorated them and all that good stuff. So you can grab those in the online store, allegorygallery.com. Super sweet faces. Get them there today. They're $42 each. And yeah, they took Andrew a lot of time. A little bit more expensive than some of the other ornaments because they took a long time to make.
Not too long. They're just a pain in the
ass. There's Andrew for y'all, everybody.
In case you missed me.
In case you missed his language and his speak, his talk, his colorful floral languages.
Correct. Well, okay, so here's the thing. So there's a little bit of a story on me. So there's a Art Nouveau moth lady, and I love it. And it doesn't look like this at all, hardly. But I wanted to do like a Mothman version of it, but then I also wanted to do it in my style. So that's how that came about to make this ornament. So we cut the wood out with the laser. First, I designed it and then we cut it out. And then I wanted there to be a separation between the top wing and the bottom wing and to texture the antenna. So I used epoxy sculpt to add that, which I got the most heinous blister by smearing this on.
And he was like pushing,
you have to like grind it in basically, and my thumb was like, I don't know if you should be doing this. I'm like, I do what I want. And then so it's like fine. And then I made a thick paint, which if you're interested in the recipe, I put it on the Patreon, I think. If it's not on the Patreon, then I think it's on the Patreon. And then so I painted it with that, and then I just set everything. And then I hand painted each one of these. And there's probably about 6 layers to make the idea of the moth wing. Because the Mothman that they showed doesn't have moth wings. I said, what's the point? It's just shadow creature at that point.
Right.
With red eyes.
So like I said, these could be Mothman. They could just be cute little moths. Little moth friends. If you don't like Mothman, the legend.
Right.
It's
supposed to tell you when bad stuff's happening.
Yeah.
So keep the bad stuff away. Little friend.
little friend.
It's not scary.
No, these aren't scary at all. They're really
It's a
dang
cute little
cute.
portents of doom.
Cute little portents of doom. Nice.
How many more you got?
We got two more to show. And then we'll move on to, I see you brought more. You want to sit those
Now
down?
these ones, they're not dry, so you have to be careful with them.
Okay, you want to set them over here?
These are my little tricksters.
It's got tricksters coming up. Let me show you the last two Mothmen. There's 8 Mothmen still available.
I don't know if people will like these.
And these are available again in the online store, $42 each. They are, Andrew kind of does, he usually does like a special holiday ornament every year, or a few of them. And we're a little bit later this year than normal, but this is his 2025 holiday collection.
Well, we are out of the country.
Yeah, we
So,
were.
that's what happened.
Right. So those are the last two Mothmen. Again, available at allegorygallery.com. They do have the hangers here in the back to hang from. Okay. And he left. And Andrew, are you watching? How much are these new friends? I'm going to give these ones numbers for you all because we have not put these in the online store yet, these next ones. So let's do... Oh, I hear my Barnaby. I hear my Barnaby. How much you...
Where's the heater?
I know, me too, Barnaby. How much you want on these?
How much are the other ones?
Which ones? These ones are 42.
Maybe 30.
Okay. 34.
But,
These are nod lots tonight. NOD.
and then what happened to that other little heater, the black one?
What black one?
Didn't we have a little black
Oh,
one?
the standing one. That might be in the garage. It used to be at the store.
Well,
Yeah.
let's get it.
I don't know.
I'm over there shivering and crying, and I can't bulk up too much because then I can't mess around. And then also, like my sleeves, I don't want it to dingle dangle on the paint.
Barnaby Suzanne says that Cinnamon says Merry Christmas. He's trying to get in here to say something to you all. So these are the newest ones, not debuted anywhere yet.
No, I didn't even have time to teaser picture.
Same price for these ones?
No, those are like 24 or something, 20.
I'm gonna write 24 so I remember in case you go away. Those are super duper cute. I haven't even seen those finished yet.
Because they just finished.
He says they just did.
So these are like a little trickster spirit.
Little trickster spirits.
Because why not? For holiday festive time.
Right?
I tried to make it, I didn't want it to look like a clown, but it kind of looks like a clown. I know some people don't like clowns. I was trying to make them look like just cute. And then I did some that are a little bit darker faced.
NOD1, NOD2, NOD3.
I think what makes them look the like clown is because it's more white than kind of like flesh color.
Yeah.
But oh well, that's how they came out.
That's what they wanted to
They're
be.
born.
Yep, that's what they wanted to be. I think they're cute. So these are available now, currently only on the live. So if you'd like to grab these, you can grab them here, $34 each. And there would be 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to put those away. And then we have 4, 5, and 6 of this style coming up. They're so big, I can't leave them all on the table. So we're doing 3 at a time. My hands are so dry, I can't separate my paper anymore. I am drying out this winter. I've noticed that a lot. Okay. And this is 4. How much are those ones going to be?
I have no clue.
You have no clue.
They're not done at all, though.
Oh. This is
That's
4.
Ease it.
This is 5. And this is 6. Where'd everybody go? We had like 22 people watching. Now we're down to 12.
Maybe they got scared.
They got scared of the clowns.
They're not clowns, they're tricksters.
The trickster spirit scared them.
Somebody else was telling me about how my ornaments look satanic.
Oh, again?
And then I was like, don't look at it.
Somebody came in the store looking for Krampus stuff, and I said, every year, Andrew usually does Krampus. I guess her mom is really into Krampus.
Well, it took down her number.
And no, she found what she wanted.
Okay.
Hopefully they're not watching. You never know anymore. I don't want to spoil any.
Well, it's vague enough. Oh, those can't go in bags. They're not dry yet.
Oh, well.
I guess they're dry enough. But I will take
I'll take those right away.
All right. Because I did a little finishing glaze.
Susie says, I'm here. Thank you. Marianne says they look more like a ghostly trickster. Never know where the spirits are coming from.
So these are the new ones. I got this new clay that is supposed to be real lightweight. So these ones aren't painted yet. I just kind of put that under colors.
Look at that. Isn't that cool, everybody?
They're not real. I mean, it's Krampus, but not like I don't know, it can be anything. But I don't know how
I love this one.
dirty the clay is. So if these do become available, you gotta treat these like a fragile.
Like a glass ornament.
And I mean, people have real fragile ornaments.
Yeah, all the time.
You just don't. So I was talking to someone, is like, what happens if you drop it? I was like, what happens when you drop a glass ornament?
Don't do that, right?
Like that's what happens.
It might survive. It might, depending on what you drop it on.
So, anyways, these are the kind of the bigger ones. Those will come out probably tomorrow. But I thought I'd give y'all a sneak peek.
Sneak peek of those. And those are probably going to be a higher price.
Because they're way more work.
They're a lot more work.
And they're like quadruple the amount of material.
What was the last NOD number?
NOD 6.
And Krampus is neat, says Marianne.
Thanks. But I mean, it's kind of funny to me because we went to Italy and we went to all these different like churches and stuff. And the people that are like talking about how my stuff is too frightening, I was like, y'all, they're literally skeletons, like straight up human remains over in the churches there.
Right.
And then when they have like a room that's like the hell room, and like you go into it, and
We didn't go to them, but they literally had the Museum of Torture. Multiple museums of
I know,
torture.
but in the church,
Yeah, in the church.
in the church, they have like these dungeon rooms, and you like go down, and the stairs they call them stairs. Really, it's just like a slope thing with some logs on it. And so these ones I have to go around the faces with the to make it matte, because some of the epoxy that I use kind of the epoxy that I got is like a super strong epoxy, but it kind of bleeds out on the edges, which is not my favorite. But at least you know it's on there.
And these are these little mer creatures.
I was kind of like thinking that they're like sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys.
But I don't know.
That's cute.
And then I was like, debating about whether or not to glue like a cabochon on their stomach. But then they already kind of look like Teletubbies.
I wasn't even thinking that until you said that.
It's because their hat from the bell.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're bright colored.
I like their little faces.
They're surprised.
They're surprised. So what do y'all think of those?
Either that or blowing bubbles.
That's what I was thinking, more like a blowing bubbles underwater, right?
They're little trickster friends.
Those are $24 each. And Andrew will just be matting the glossy around their faces.
And I don't think I signed these ones yet.
No, they're not signed yet. They'll get their signature and their date.
And their birthday.
Their birthday.
So that's what I got. I may make some of them. I have some other bodies, and I may make them into little Krampuses.
Krampuses.
Krampi. I don't know. Many
Suzanne says,
Krampuses.
love them. Diane says, not my thing. It's not for everyone, right? It's not for everybody. It's all right.
If I made only what other people like, I would be sad and crying. Somebody also they were saying, "Oh, this is that I don't like it," and I was like, "I don't give a shit. I didn't make it for you. I made it for the people who like it." So, in case you're wondering how I think in my mind, but the thing is that nobody is gonna like everything you do.
No, and that's okay.
And that
we've got stuff for everybody.
Yeah. But it's true though, like you will drive yourself crazy if you try to make stuff to make
everybody. And you got into that for a while.
Well, and then make you crazy. So there you go.
You started trying to predict what people are going to like or not like. We've sold NOD 12. Thank you so much.
The other thing is that like I had somebody on my Instagram that like, why are you wiggling your piece? And I was like, oh, so that you can see it in the light. And then I was like, well, for one, Instagram, if you make a reel, more people see it than a still image, which is 100% true.
Yeah.
I watch videos from all these experts that talk about how to increase your views. And I have a static image and I'll get 50 people watch and I go wiggle it a little bit and then I got 1,500 to do it. And they're like, well, that's not how you sell jewelry. And they tried to like school me on this. I was like, if you don't like it, don't look at it. It's the easy solution to this. And they're like trying to really argue with me. And then I was like, I do have some experience with this. And it's nice to just believe that somebody's not just incompetent.
Let's see. What's everybody saying? Diane says, "You asked what people thought. I just answered." Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
okay.
don't care.
We want to know.
I
You like
also
it?
will respond back. So
No, that's
no, it's not like my feelings don't get hurt about it. Maybe when I was like 20, it would get hurt.
yeah.
But the thing is like I don't really like people like, oh well, you should do this. I was like, how about I do the thing I want,
Yeah.
and then at least one person's happy, the one that has to make it.
PA Ann, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Says, I think they are cool.
Thanks.
Thank you. Marion says, don't go crazy. Make things in your style. And Sandra says, that's normal. People don't like everything. You're not making it for one person.
Yeah, I hate commissions for that very reason because I think it's nice if you can get like if it's a synergistic thing where you can like you have that true like spirit bond where you can see what's in their mind and you can delight them.
Yeah.
The reality is that that happens far less than what you think.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I've seen people do this and they like trick people into liking stuff that they don't actually like. And so I've seen it where people like they come in and they're like, that's not what I wanted. And then they're like, they try to like convince them. And then by the end of it, they leave thinking that it's their idea that they made that or they just wanted that. And I kind of feel like I don't really like, I'm not in love with that.
No, everybody should like what they like. And then if you like it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We've got, like I said, we've got stuff for everybody. And we're going to start with our beads now. Some of these that
William get he's like, time to go. He's getting sassy. I'm
Suzanne
not
says,
sassy.
oh, I thought you meant something else. Marion says, none of this is satanic.
Well, I don't know what y'all do.
What y'all do.
Go what y'all do with it when it leaves here is your own choice.
These are
Appetite.
Appetite.
Those I got that from Kia.
And this is from Andrew's stash. I
He
found
pulled
them.
it and he was like, "Can I sell this?" And at first I
Well,
said
they
no.
were, yeah, they were by themselves. They weren't like you have many boxes of stash.
No,
And these were not in with anything else. They're just laying on the counter. And I was like, well, maybe I can have these if
uh-huh.
and he did give them to me. Kimberly says yummy. These are
It's natural, y'all.
raw,
The color
natural
is real.
appetite. That's that neon appetite in its raw form. And you get this strand, it's $32. Starting off the night with the beads strong.
I hoarded that for a long time. Those are the rough crystals. This is not cut, y'all. This is the rough crystals. That's how they grow in the ground. No augmentation. They just drilled. If you don't know who Kia is, she's like this. I know it's not supposed to. You're not supposed to say it's gypsy anymore, but she like embraced that because she's like gypsy princess style.
Yeah, she was.
And so she's from New Jersey and not actually gypsy princess style, but I guess it just like you're around it so much it just
Worked
becomes
for her.
their persona. Because she's like got head scarves on and there's like got 20 rings on and got the big flowy skirts. Anyway, she would go to these different places all over the world and collect really unusual stones. And she would work with a driller. And bless you.
Thank you.
And
He saw me trying to sneeze.
and so she would go and have them drilled, and she lived in Truth or Consequence. And one of the perks for the people who work for her is she had a hot spring on her property, and they would like soak in the hot spring after the work. So your shoulders are tired from drilling stuff all day. There you go.
So this is NOD 15, $32 for the strand.
That's the natural color.
Marianne says, considering most of my artwork is by Andrew, that just shows there really are things for everyone.
Sure. I think it's one of those things where I also am a producer, so I produce a lot of work. And some people who produce very little sometimes they have to do one thing because they don't produce a lot. For me, I produce a lot more than a lot of people, and so I can have fun and test things out. For instance,
This is a laser etched enamel.
this is one of my drawings.
It's one of his drawings.
It's hellebore.
Hellebore. It's NOD 16, $20. Oh, I guess I should put up I forgot to put up if you'd like to purchase from this video for the new people out there, you take down the lot number, NOD 16, for example, send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com, and you can purchase that way.
That makes me want to do that again, that laser.
It came out really good.
Yeah, those are, yeah, I like those.
NOD 16. I've got a few more of these. I'm not going to do too many. We have a bunch of these.
I was like, why did we stop doing that?
I don't know. You got on a roll for a while, you did them, and then you never did them again.
Like, I don't think anyway, except for like the live people have seen them really.
Kimberly says, love that. Yeah, and if you weren't following us back then, you've probably never seen these. NOD 17 is this one.
You know what it probably also was is that I acid etched the surface.
I was gonna say these are like a matte finish.
And that I'm not well, the other thing is that they're done one at a time. So people like I'm not actually physically doing the work with a laser engraving, but you have to set it up and it takes time.
Got to get it lined up just right.
And it takes like 6 to 8 minutes for it to engrave it.
Yeah, each one.
So I mean, it's not quick.
No.
It's not like you said it wrong Coney style, where you said it and you forget it.
And you can't even do much more than one or two.
No, you have to do one at a time.
It has to be right under the laser to get the lineup right.
Otherwise, it's cockeyed and it's off to the side.
This is NOD 18.
This one and then the other thing is that not all enamel is the same, so it doesn't all react well. So some of them, they have higher mineral content on it, and sometimes the laser beam shoots that mineral and it bounces back. Also sometimes the enamel, depending on the color, this is by color, y'all. Sometimes the color will is more susceptible to crack under the laser. And then sometimes the laser,
these are about 25.5 millimeters.
It's not like a uniform, like you don't like it's not just one setting for everything. So you have to test pretty aggressively. So I mean, we made hundreds of tests. I mean, maybe not hundreds, maybe about 50 of the tests before we got to the settings and the ones that we kind of liked. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I'm gonna do those two.
And then, we just sold 18. Thank you so much.
You should get one that's a $20 one since you made the tag.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't realize I don't have any more. Nope. I didn't realize I was going down in price.
Just cross out the 0, make it a 1 in front of the 2. In case you were wondering, that's $12.
$12.
But anyways, and also here's the other thing about well, never mind. Getting where
are you getting?
I don't know. I should just make my coffee cake. But I think it's one of those things where when you're working with an artist, I think there is a quote from Joni Mitchell, and she was at a concert, and people kept screaming out what they wanted her to play, and she's like, "I'm not a jukebox, y'all. Like, if you want to hear that, go and turn it on." But I kind of feel like that is like, the way for artists is like, Well, I'm most happiest and most productive when I make the things that I'm excited about.
Yeah. And they're not for everyone, and that's okay.
Yeah, and it's true. And if the thing is, the nice thing about us is that we literally have artwork from hundreds of other artists.
Mhm.
So it's not, you know,
Yeah. And we
you
have
know,
beads. Lots of beads.
from all over the world, from human history.
Like these from an artist. So these we are going to sell individually. Which has to be, you have your phone?
You know,
Can you do that?
give me the pliers behind it,
Hmm?
behind the thing. But no, I think a lot, especially a lot of really young people, they get like so twisted about. Maybe do a different one, and I'll come back with that.
Okay.
They get so like where they are forced into things that they don't like. And I've been there. I've been definitely pushed into things that I felt uncomfortable with. Um, and I think it's a
Suzanne says, and you guys are honest.
well, try to be.
Try to be as honest as we can about everything.
Well, from one reason is that I can't remember
It takes too much to remember
lying
lies,
time.
right?
Like what? How are you gonna remember everything? I don't know.
No,
That's
we
like
just
a
we
gift.
believe in being honest.
I only have so much capacity in my brain for
NOD 21.
so this is pretty rare, y'all. This is they're from Mexico, and it's a black clay, and when they fire it, it gets this almost metallic sheen to it. So that's kind of what get why I think this looks nice, particularly when there's a moving image. Circling back to that,
Circling back.
because if it's just straight up, you may just think that it's little bits of coal or something, but
Okay.
they're little birds.
There's all these little birds.
And then, believe it or not, those long things are supposed to be
I'm
snakes.
gonna say fish or something.
They're
Yes.
supposed to be snakes,
Snakes.
but I've never seen a snake like that. So
But you get
you
this whole strand.
you could say it's a twig friend.
And you said it's antique ceramic, right?
From
From
Mexico.
Mexico. You get the whole strand of it, $80. We've just sold 20 as well. Thank you so much. I'm going to put that little kitty cat away. And what was the other one? We sold 18. Let me put that one away. I guess I need the paper. It helps put the paper with it. Clear the deck here a little bit. Yeah, we always appreciate the feedback and like to know what y'all like, don't like. 18 is sold. I'm going to put that away. Thank you. Thank you. And let's bring this over here. Move this one over here. We'll probably do more than 30 lots because we did a bunch of Andrew's ornaments. So we'll get into more of the beads here tonight too now. I grabbed these from Andrew's wall too. And I don't think we've ever shown these. Let me see here. I'm gonna say, let's do 18 on this strand. NOD 22. These ones are Javanese handmade glass strands. And this is kind of already done into a necklace. It has this S hook clasp, but we're selling it as the strand. $18. These are beautiful beads. Javanese glass handmade glass. You get the whole strand of those. Really pretty. 7.5 millimeter beads. Like, look at this color. Oh, just beautiful design on there. And let's see here. Let me give you the kind of the length. They're not all exactly the same, but they are 7.5 by 7.5. Little, almost little kind of cube cylinders. And that's NOD 22. We've just sold NOD 15. Thank you so much. That Andrew's appetite is now gone. He might be a little sad about that one. At first, he said no to me. And then he said, okay, go ahead if somebody wants it. And somebody wanted it. Thank you. We appreciate that a lot. So then we'll use it around here a little bit. Okay.
Some stuff.
Idabelle's telling you.
Yep.
You got them?
Yep.
Thank you.
I can probably do those 25 a piece.
Okay.
And that's pre silver price going up.
Yeah, we've had these for a little bit. And these are sterling.
And designed by Bob Burkett.
Designed by Bob Burkett. We've got 6 of them available. $25 each. They're sterling platypuses. They have a link at the bill and the tail.
And there's the jump rings are soldered, I think.
Oh yeah, they look like they are, huh?
So they're nice and sturdy on there.
Sturdy on there. Sterling silver, designed by Bob Burkett.
Be really cute as like a little bracelet link.
Mm-hmm. Or little earrings if you get 2 of them.
Or if you wanted, you could string beads underneath it and it would make it hang, hang flat.
Oh yeah, sit along a bracelet or something.
And just little tiny seed beads, just enough to get through
Support it.
And that could be like a little bracelet bar.
Kimberly says, whoa, these are cool.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
I used to be like obsessed with platypuses
Oh yeah?
when I was growing up.
I didn't know that.
Because they were not of the only water. They're like earth, and like if they were like creatures
Earthbenders and waterbenders
together in one. And so like I'm very fascinated by things that are of like I love flying fish.
Mm-hmm.
Things that are kind of like in the liminal in between spaces.
At the lake, I always wished we could have flying fish coming in the lake. It'd been so cool.
Well, we saw it. We were in Lani Kai. What's that one, that show where the dude, if you wore the real short pants and he have a mustache and he's always sliding on the top of his car?
I don't know.
Magnum PI.
Oh, Magnum PI, yeah.
So his house was on this beach in Hawaii called Lani Kai. And it's one of the most beautiful beaches in like the whole world. And
these are about 28.5 by say about 12.
When we went to Hawaii to do a trade show, we got to go around, and I'm pretty sure we walked through somebody's yard. But we went to the beach, and I looked out onto the water, and I was like, "What's that?" And there's all these tiny little fish, flying fish coming out the water. And then one of them got on the beach, and there's a picture somewhere. And I scooped it up in my hand and put it back in the water. So I got to touch it.
That's cool.
And you were there.
Huh?
You were there.
I was there at that one?
Uh-huh. You done edited it out.
I kind of remember seeing like this little wings out or something.
It was almost transparent.
Yeah.
It
was a blue color, right? Like a
kind of a silvery clear, a little bit blue. But anyway, so I like things like that. Also platypuses they have poison spines.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if it's the girl ones or boy ones that have it, but they have it and they will come if they don't like you, they kick you
they kick you.
and then you get poisoned.
Oh
Basically
boy.
anything in Australia gonna kill you. Like I was friends with this kid named Simon in elementary school. And this little redhead boy named Simon. And his mom loved me.
NOD
And
24. Are these Javanese glass $20?
and anyways, so they were from Australia, and our last names were I can't remember his last name, but it was close to mine. So we always had to sit next to each other because
The seating charts.
and we were always kind of like the overachiever kids. So we were always kind of like competing. And like one time I was in like anyway, so
So 10 millimeter beads.
they were telling me about how the koalas, they're mean.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I will get it and I will pick it up and I will hug it. And they're like, and you get your face scratched. And then I was like, oh.
We sold one of the NOD 23s. Thank you so much. We've still got 5 of those available. Sterling silver. Remember, they are sterling silver.
And the price of silver is now, not to horrify y'all, I think it was 67. It may have gone down a little bit, but it was 67 at one point today.
Wow.
So basically double what it
Yeah.
was last year.
And that's when we got these was like last year.
So this
So
old price.
old price on the sterling silver pieces.
I don't know. In theory, be like, not that I would do this, but if times got tough, I'm go and take it to the refiner.
No, don't do that.
And that would be a crying shame, y'all. Anyway, so there you go. I'm gonna finish my thing before they get all messed up. Hopefully you enjoyed that little interlude of
Interlude of Andrew.
some people probably that's probably why they turned off the TV. They're like, I can't even with hands. It's not being sassy.
No, you're a little sassy.
Nah,
Nah.
it's just truth telling.
Truth telling. Oh my goodness.
If you want somebody to be fake, I can recommend some people.
That's not sassy either. He says, no, it's truth telling.
Correct. You want some fake people? I got
some fake people. I got a list.
You know, I will never be a professional poker player.
No.
Because I can't control my face.
No.
And I try so hard. I'm on these Zoom
Do
meetings.
you?
I am on these Zoom meetings and these like important multi-million-dollar organizations doing their board work. And I look at my face and make sure that it looked nice. Because sometimes people say stuff and my face gets wild. It has its own
thing.
It just does its own way. It also does the truth telling. And what I have learned is people don't always appreciate when your face makes certain expressions. Like if you think somebody says something dumbass, you're not supposed to make your face look incredulous. But like, and my dad does this too. He's so slick, and like somebody would say something, and he would be like, there was like no filter, and he would say stuff. I was like, whoa, even I step back from that. But anyway, yeah, I
Just
do.
one of your quirks.
I know. I mean, maybe I get the Botox.
So you can't move your face so much.
Pop it in, and then it'll be a nice serene. I
Serene.
think people think that because I'm bald headed and Asian that I'm like a Buddha.
You're not.
Somebody said that. They said I was real disappointed when I met you. I was like, oh, Okay.
They did tell him that.
And it was like, I don't know what you were expecting. I even gave you free shit. And then they were like,
These are
well,
12.5 millimeters, 12 to 12.5 millimeters.
I thought we would connect on a more spiritual level. And they meant that like we were gonna be like
During the bead show.
during the beach show. We were gonna go in the aisleway and like chant, and we were gonna like touch each other, and then we'll like elevate or whatever. And I was like, well, sorry.
That's not what
Good
happened.
luck.
It's not what happened.
But I do think that people, they think that I'm a little bit how you call like, and maybe sometimes I'm getting the introspective, usually between 30 and 4:30 at night.
When you write your long posts.
When I start like thinking about my feelings and stuff, then yeah, then I'm introspective and we may like cry together. But in like the normal day to day though, like I don't do
These
like
are check glass.
maybe. Or if I'm with looking at plants.
Looking at plants.
I was about to say if I look
So
at cats, but then I don't
by
I get
14.5.
when I look at the cats, my jaw gets tight.
Yeah.
And I want to
You sometimes
squeeze.
get sassy too if those cats are doing
And
things.
now I watched this video of this little child, and it was cussing out this cat, and it was the cat meowed at it, and it was like, "Don't you meow at me?" And it said, "We are." I can't remember what it was, but basically, they're gonna be friends, and they didn't want to be meowed at. Oh, I never got back to that one lady because we didn't go to the cottage that owns a bookstore.
Oh yeah, she wrote the other day too.
Does she?
If she still wants them. If we
Okay.
can get them, it's a New Year's gift.
Okay. Oh, good.
But I'm gonna get back to her.
Those are mine.
I know. You let them go once, I'm gonna try it again.
Mm,
These are these are inexpensive. These are $330.
those are Ethiopian opals.
Ethiopian, they're the yellow opal.
And they have so much plastic, push your eyes out.
And you can see this is the old price. $330. Left it at that for you all, just passing it along.
Mm,
Graduated Ethiopian.
they're glowing. I mean, they got the fire.
They do.
Mm.
There's no limit to their firepower here. 3 millimeters, graduated up to, let's see what the biggest one here is, 6 millimeters.
That was from my case.
Yeah, that Andrew, yeah, that's from
Look at
his.
that one. It's basically made of glitter.
It's like some of these are so blue, they look Technicolor, like they're not even real.
One, he's moving it.
Yeah,
And the moving
not holding it still
is making me like I'm getting like transfixed.
Marianne says they are amazing.
He didn't put a spell on me.
This is high quality.
This got hypnotized.
High quality. We're just passing along this price to you all. This is like our price on these.
One time, my mom was with my other sister Sheila, and they were in the car, and she's getting so bored, and she must have got transfixed by the windshield wiper, and she was like, "She will hypnotize you." It's pretty cute.
It's funny.
She was convinced that Sheila was like hypnotizing her with the windshield wipers.
That's funny. These are real opals, not the fake ones, not the.
Yeah, this is not plastic, y'all.
Not plastic. This is real out of the earth opals.
And y'all know I like plastic, but this is the real.
This is the real.
Uh,
And they're super light.
Yeah, it is. It's opals.
Super lightweight.
Ethiopian opals. Look at the flash.
I know.
I was gonna walk away, but he brought that out.
I just love looking at these. Like,
that's how come I don't get anything done. Is I'd be looking at them beads.
Right.
Just stare at them, gazing them.
And gazing them. All right, let me put these away. The Mexican antique ceramic.
Nobody got that.
Nobody got that.
Wow. That's also from my staff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut that up in my earrings.
Lots of little earrings for a good price. It's a good price.
And did anybody get any of the Indonesian mini?
Nobody got any of the
Oh.
mini, the Javanese.
It's already done.
I know they're already on. I said we're selling them at strand prices, but
You just put a pendant on it, and then you're done.
mhm.
Call it neat.
We just sold 22. We just sold one, so we sold that one.
Keep
One I
clearing
just
the
showed.
back, William.
I know. I'm gonna be like, let's keep going.
Gotta be quick.
All right, these little
I love these.
platypuses. We've sold one. We still have 5 available. Sterling silver, $25 only. And they are, like I said, they've got a soldered jump ring at the nose and at the tail.
And
So
their
you
feet.
can hang them either way. They got their little feet sticking out.
Did you know they hatch out of an egg?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And they're technically a mammal.
One of the only mammals to come out of eggs.
You
Are they
know,
the only?
wombats poop squares, cubes,
I did know that. Did you all know that?
and they run their butts into things, and that compacts their poop into cubes.
Is that how that happens?
I don't know, but I saw them running their butt and stuff, and I was like, that is so stinking cute.
Putting this one away.
Like
This
a
is
drunk toddler.
I don't think we've ever shown this strand. This is from Andrew's wall of personal beads.
Don't worry about it. They're based off of the Venetian ones, but this not cost about $1,800.
Right.
Somebody was cussing somebody else out because they were saying they got the Indonesian beads. I was like, why don't you just mind your business? So that's also I wrote about this the other day, and I just noticed that people had been getting a little bit too how you say comfortable being
Nasty.
nasty on the internet. And so I was like, I saw people and they're like love and light in their profile picture. And I was like, where's the love? Where's the light? So far it's just dark and fun.
Shining a light on the nasty.
It's like I'm like, your aura is poop color.
Your aura is oh, here goes the poop tart.
It's all right. I already brought it up.
Oh, did you?
Wombats with their
Oh, that's right. Square poop.
This is also mine.
I know.
What the hell?
This is also inexpensive. These are sapphires.
The beloveds. You know how long I had to save up for those? Well, I shouldn't say that. So when I first discovered that you could buy sapphires in real life,
right? They
I
weren't
always
something.
thought that's like for the Queen of England.
I know. We grew up poor as like sapphire, like that.
Sapphires and rubies, like you would see like maybe one.
Yeah.
And then so I work my behind off at a show for somebody, and I did not get paid very much. And so the first strand of that, this is not the first strand, by the way, that's long been used. But I love sapphires. I love that they're in all different colors. Do you know that they used to throw the yellow ones away, like in the garbage?
Those beautiful ones there.
Yeah,
and
they would say, "Oh, nobody
white
wants
sapphires.
nobody wants that. They only want the blue ones." And so, like all the well, sometimes the less than reputable people would sell the pink sapphires as something else. They'd sell it as spinel or pass them off as rubies, which they're kind of the same thing.
5.5 millimeter.
Maybe not as red as rubies, but there's the same corundum. Anyways,
purple sapphires, pink sapphire, right? Pink sapphire.
But anyways, they would throw the ones they didn't earn because they said, oh, people only want blue sapphires.
I want yellow. I want white.
I want all the colors.
Right?
Does it look like I'm afraid of the color? Maybe in my clothes.
Oh, I missed this. Suzanne says, I'm obsessed with your early pendants, Andrew.
Which is that? Which one is Suzanne?
Yeah.
Which one? The skeletons?
Pendants?
That's the one. First thing you ever bought for me was a skull pendant. Silver skull pendant. Or you mean like the ones with the long veils?
I love the long veil ones.
I might get back into that.
I
Of
still don't
course,
see people doing that.
the price of silver has gone ginormous. So
Mhm.
I'm like, like I was so hot to trot to do gold this year. And then thankfully I had some friends send me some gold that I'm gonna work with and make some stuff. The problem is I have to cut it with fresh, and the fresh of the gold is it's I can't even remember how much it is. It's like 6,000 a troy ounce now. So as
You're waiting until that comes down.
yeah, so I don't like I bought some and I was like I saved that to buy some gold. And when they sent it, they taped it to a piece of cardboard so that it wouldn't get
You couldn't.
lost.
Yeah, so you knew that they actually sent you
And when
something.
they sent it, it looked like a little bag of glitter.
Uh-huh.
And not like a lot of glitter. I mean like a little bit of glitter.
This is pink opal, and these are graduated smooth rondelles on a sterling silver chain and lobster claw.
And they're glowy.
And this is beautiful pink opal, and they graduate from approximately 2.5 millimeters up to the largest is about 5.5 millimeters. And Suzanne says the silver copper ones, the skulls, the flame polished.
Mm-hmm. That's what she got. That's the
Hmm.
first thing she got.
We had a number of those around,
Mm-hmm.
the smaller ones for a little bit, and they're all gone.
It's been a while.
Hmm. We had them in the store case because we didn't put them online. We put them in the store.
I
That's
know.
why there were still
I
some
found them
around.
in a bag, and I got so mad because I was like, I spent all this time making this, and it's been sitting in a bag in the closet. And he's like, we've just been so busy.
When we were busy.
Well, I think also we had like 3 different people working at that time, so it's hard sometimes. Maybe I'll make some more. I wouldn't count on it.
Suzanne says, yes, I bought a lot of them. This is NOD 30.
It would be nice if I could sit down and make the things that other people wanted, but that's not my gift.
These are cat's eye glass beads, fiber optic beads. You get the whole strand. It's already done into a necklace, but you get all of those knotted up, beautiful colors, graduated in size.
It's like that sculpture, that beaded sculpture that I was making.
These are 5.5 up to 15.5 millimeters.
Theoretically, if I just like grit my teeth and did it, I'd be done in 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, I'm gonna extend a stay,
Yeah.
and then
We're all, we all do things like that from time to time. Well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of us do things like that from time to time, right?
well, I found that
Instead of just working, we kind of jump from thing to thing.
I'm most productive when I ride the wave of my energy. Like I get energy from new ideas, and if I ride that wave, I will be very prolific. I'll make a ton of stuff. I will have I'll have a nice bounty. If I try to force myself to do anything that I don't want to do, I will drag my feet. I'll clean the kitchen. I'll make cinnamon rolls.
The only time our kitchen gets scrubbed
I
clean.
know I'll scrub the heck out of it. And somebody was asking about these.
Granditerite.
I love that one.
$45 only.
I wish my skin was this color.
Granditerite.
I would probably I don't wish that because then they had those blue people and they had the suffering, so I don't want that. Never mind.
It is a beautiful color, though.
But if I could pick any color for skin, I'll pick NOD 27.
No D. Andrew wants this skin color. Is that how you'd walk around glowing and shiny and colorful?
Correct. Within the heart shines the light. Straight up, I would blind you.
These are 4mm smooth rondelles, 4 to 4.5mm smooth rondelles of granditerite. 2 strands. These 2 strands are all we've got. We've never gotten it again.
Because it's not.
It's a more rare stone, and you don't see it very often.
Also, when I'm buying stuff, I don't try to pick stuff that is like, I don't try to go like for the most vanilla stuff, but I also don't pick the super duper, like too obscure and too expensive.
Yeah.
Because there are some stones that are really, really, they're real rare. Uh, and
We like to introduce you to some new stones once in a while.
but we can't just do stuff that's all wonkadoodle. Because then nobody buy it and then
Nobody
we have
buys it,
sadness.
right? We don't want the sadness,
No, 'cause then we won't be buying or selling anything.
right?
Hey, those are mine too.
Well,
He found my shelf.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Is that the price?
Sure.
That's a good price.
That's African.
African metal.
Because I'm a hoarder of it.
African metal.
It's not really hoarding if your stuff is cool though. If it's like used rags and stuff and like old chicken wings, unless your chicken wings are real pretty, but
And you're going
that's
to use them in jewelry, right?
well, one of my friends, she has cases of bones and they're like all these bird bones. And she's like, and people just give them to me.
Surprising that people would give you that.
And so she has literally like trays and trays. I was gonna take a picture of one of her trays, and she was like, "Oh wait." And so I guess people they like find stuff, and you're technically not supposed to have certain ones.
Mhm.
And so she had to like quickly pull out the ones you're not supposed to have.
This is NOD 32. What were they? 3mm? I just looked at it. Yeah, 3mm metal spacer beads, African, large hole. You get a whole strand. This is the whole strand, $14. We've got 3 strands of these available.
They're from Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
Hey, look how good those look with the Ethiopian opal.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
do.
they got inspired by that color. The color them inspired them.
Yeah, look at that right there.
But I would use roll gold.
Real gold. But I think they look pretty with these too.
That's like Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be on the quest for Atlantis. Did you ever read the Edward Casey? I probably should be quiet. But
Suzanne says, one time I was getting a tattoo and another patron asked me if I had any possum bones. I have no idea why. You look like somebody that would have them.
You need some possum bones, Suzanne? I got some.
I got them. I got them for you.
Bones too.
I got them for you.
There's a little drawer somewhere with them dingle dongle bones.
How much do you think on that?
12.
Okay.
Those are nice.
They are nice.
You know the little pearl? You don't get the good quality ones anymore.
No. These are vintage mini rice pearls in the white color.
I mean, it's white. It's not like
this
cream.
this is white. NOD 33, $12 for the strand. Beautiful ringed rice pearls. They're almost like mini peanuts.
I used to make bridal jewelry. And if you have the disposition for it, like if you can make the gentle tea and like calmly do it, you will make a fortune.
Andrew obviously does not have the gentle disposition.
A collection of bridal jewelry, and then I was like, "Hey, this is not for me." I got cussed out, and I was like, "But I think some people when they get ready for the wedding, they become somebody else." Bless you.
Thank you.
It's like they get like possessed. Like they have a vision in their minds and then they get like possessed. And so there's shows like the ones when they call it Bridezilla.
These are 2.8 by about 4.2 millimeters. One strand only.
I know it's a stereotype, but it is one that's based in actual like actuality. Like not everybody, obviously,
No.
but some people when they start planning their
Answer
wedding,
Bridezillas. Suzanne says, bless you. Thank you.
they get wild.
Mhm.
And I've never been cussed out. So and they go personal too.
They can go personal on you.
And the one she said may have said a little bit of racist stuff
Ooh.
about how my slanty eyes couldn't see something.
Oh.
And I was like, what?
Oh.
But she was stressed out, so and dealing with people, so I forget.
That's still not okay.
But she did also pay me a crap ton of money, so I kind of overlooked it.
We just sold 33. Thank you so much.
But that see, I guess that's the story time.
Welcome to story time with Andrew, everybody.
No. Okay, I'll leave you alone.
I'm almost done now.
Uh,
I'm gonna put these sapphires away.
Good.
He says those are not coming out again.
I kind of think I want to make a little. I made these earrings out of that, like the little baby friends of that, and I
Mhm.
made like little rainbows, and I sold those by the boat ton. Maybe not by the boat ton, but I did sell a lot of those. Like that one was a big seller, the little rainbows, and
Pink opal.
I would do them by color, and then I also sold the other one, like my probably biggest seller in my life is the pearls with the ginormous holes on leather.
Oh.
And whenever I made those, I could not keep them in stock. We had one lady, she visited us in the store once for 4 days, and she was from California. And she came back and she was like, I was never gonna come back because I'm not friends with those people anymore. But I came all the way from California because this is my favorite necklace, and I wore it in the pool, I wore it in the shower until it basically disintegrated. And I was like, well, if you don't wear it in the pool or the shower, it will last longer.
Andrew says 28 and 29 are so nice. Oh yeah. The sapphires and the pink opal. That pink opal is actually a really good $40, really good price. The sapphires for 168 are a really good price too.
They're bigger.
They're what do we say, 5 millimeter?
Well, see, here's the thing about
5.5 almost 6 millimeter sapphires for $168 at that quality.
so so here's the thing about certain stones, and I don't know if we've talked about this or not before. This is like with a meteorite. So with certain stones, particularly things that are more rare, if they're smaller, they're less expensive. So like if they're like the 2 millimeter, 3 millimeter, because you're using a lot less material. When they go up in size, there's a fulcrum. There's like a point where if you go where if it gets a certain size or larger, it becomes exponentially more expensive. And the reason why is because having that quality of material and that size is more rare. And also, you have to cut stuff away from the stones, generally speaking. So that's why if you're hunting for like Moldavite, like I know some of y'all, I don't know if people are doing the TikTok anymore with that, but with the Moldavite, like you can find it as like $20 a piece, $20 a piece, and then it gets just a little bit larger and the price quadruples. And that's because those bigger pieces are more rare than the smaller ones. I mean, if it's like marble or something that's like they have like huge seams of it, that's not really the case. But if it's like a rare or particularly juicy seam of stones, then that's when the price goes up. So we have some sapphires in the shop, and they're like over $1,000 because they're just bigger.
Mm-hmm. All right, NOD 34. I have it's an 8.5-inch strand of these pearls.
And those are good pearls.
These are good. We used to sell these by the piece, but we have this half-inch strand left, or half strand left, and I'm just selling it $20 for the rest of it.
Mm,
And these are beautiful center drilled pearls, stick pearls.
I hope this doesn't sell.
And you can make a lot of nice earrings with that.
Well, they're nice pearls. This is not the SISHITTY pearl.
No.
They are nice.
These are nice.
Look at they've got a nice nacre.
Yeah, they're really pretty. Half strand available, $20.
This was used to when it was a full strand, it was expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I think you even marked them down off the bat because the full strand of that would have been like, I don't know, $80.
Yep. It's a good deal, everybody. Giving you the good deal tonight. What else? What else do I have in here I want to show y'all? I'm gonna do like 6 more lots and be done for tonight because I'm getting hungry.
I'll let y'all go with that story.
I'll
go jump back on the comments. I'm more subdued.
You're more subdued on the comments.
Sometimes they think when I'm on the comments.
I like both.
It's okay to like get better when I'm not over vocal. I see him clenching up sometimes when my
Sometimes he gets wild a little bit.
It's all right. I do too.
We just sold 34. Thank you so much. Andrew's a little sad at that one.
Those are nice. I hope they enjoy it.
Next up, we have this one strand of double sewn edged silk in this pink with, it's kind of almost like a tie-dye pattern in there. I think you can kind of see there's a pattern in there. And I've only got one more of these in this pink color and this pattern. You can kind of see. Got the kind of almost a tie-dye, or I don't know what you want to call that effect. That's the underside. But we've got one strand of this available. NOD 35, $6. One available. Let me wrap this up a little bit. Nice little bundle. Nice little bundle. NOD 35, $6. Oh, I have a whole bag full of stuff. I just don't know what to show y'all tonight. Let's see here. All right, NOD 36. Let's do these for $4. This is a bag. These are a rare vintage. They're a bronze metallic bugle bead. And they are super cool. They're, I think, hexagons. It's hard to tell at that size. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. but they're really pretty. You get these little mini hanks of them. Vintage, probably actually antique at this point. Oh, we sold 35. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Metallic bugles. We have these in, I think they're not the hexagon shape, but we have these in a like a blue color, and they sell like crazy. We have them in the store and online, and we sell a good number of these. I do have multiples of these available. I think I have five, um, 5 hanks of these. This is the hank, and yeah, I think they're really, really pretty. I'm gonna put this away. Get a bag for those. Okay, let's move these over. NOD 37. I brought a lot of stuff home, y'all. I'm gathering. Nope, we just sold one of the 36s. Thank you so much. We have 4 of those still available. Let's do these. We had these at 12. I'm going to mark them down to 10. These are a lampwork bead. I don't know from who. I don't have provenance on this one, but they're really pretty. This beautiful blue, sparkly, glaciery kind of blue. And there are 3 beads here. You get all 3 of them for $10. They're kind of rectangles. We just sold another one of the 36s. Thank you so much. And these 3 beads are, sorry, the light is on a wobbly place right there. These are about, we'll say 11 millimeters by 13 and a half. 11 by 13 and a half, only $10 for all 3. Beautiful beads. I think, like, I love this, again, this kind of combination, this blue or blue-green with the gold color. Really pretty together. And those would probably actually fit. I have one of these. Let's see. Andrew says, I think maybe Wendy Bergman. So they could be Wendy Bergman, maybe. Yeah. Okay, that's 37. NOD 38. Let's see. It's so hard to know what to pick. Anything y'all are looking for? This is nice. Oh, we just sold 37. Thank you so much. Let me pull that. What did I do with that bag? Those away. $38, $6. We have this Lily Pilly etched shell charm. And this is a koi fish pond scene. Etched shell by Lily Pilly. And this is 15 millimeters by 25. Andrew says, I bought some smoky gray glass with flash red orange fire. Oh boy. I love these. They're so pretty. One of those available, NOD 38. I pulled this out too. This was, let's see here. I'm kind of in a blue mood today. It looks like I'm pulling, I guess I've had a little bit of everything, but I did pull a significant amount of blue, I feel like. This was 16. I'm gonna do it for $12. Somebody grabbed another 36. Thank you so much. Oh, we also just sold 38. Thank you so much. So only have 2 of the 36s left. Somebody just tried to grab 38 again. Sorry, that already just sold. Just a tad too late. We appreciate everybody trying. Next up is an OD 39. We had $16 on this. This is vintage check glass. This is a big strand of this beautiful blue vintage check glass in these this triangle-ish shape. It's almost like a tooth. It's got the 2 kind of flat sides and then this kind of indented side, which give it a kind of cool, really cool look. These are a little bit dusty because they've been stored away, but they are vintage check and $12 for the whole strand. They are about, I'll say 11 millimeters, about 9.5 by 11-ish, and then lengthwise or thickness, they're about 6.5. And you get the whole strand, and that strand is, let me see if I can get my ruler to be the right one. That is about a 16-inch strand. 16-inch strand of glass, $12. NOD 39. Really pretty blue, kind of cobalty blue color. And NOD 40 tonight. Let's see what the last one. What should I make the last one tonight? How about one of my pendants? I don't have these in the online store. I made these ceramic pendants and put Andrew's Andrew's drawings on them with decals. So this is made by me. It's $12. Ceramic with Andrew's Nessie decal or his drawing. And this is approximately 35 millimeters or so. I think they're 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. This ruler doesn't really, it's in the wrong measurement. It's so weird. It's about 1.5 inches, just about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, between 1.25 inches and 1.5 inches. But there you go, 34.5 or so millimeters. And that will be the last one for us tonight. Thank you all for hanging out with us. If you missed any of Andrew's ornaments, they are available at the beginning of this show. And then we went into more beads. So you can check all that out if you're just tuning in or if you're watching this in the replay. We hope you'll check everything out. These pieces will be available for purchase for a few days after this. We keep them up, bagged up in the with their little tags for a little bit after the lives. So if you're a few days after, you can still claim. The ornaments will probably be going in the online store starting tomorrow. Oh, we just sold my pendant. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll probably start putting the other ornaments. The Mothman ornaments are already in the online store. So if you didn't grab any yet, you can grab them there if you liked any of those. And the other ornaments, like I said, will be probably in the online store sometime tomorrow. All right. You just got to get pictures of them. Andrew's finishing them up and we'll move them in there. So if you want to purchase any of those, you can grab them in the online store if you see them there, or else you can claim them via email. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. We appreciate it. We really appreciate you all. Thank you. Thank you again. And we'll be back here tomorrow with some more good. I have a whole bag full of more goodies to keep going with you tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Have a great night. We're going to go get some food. I'm hungry. All right. Have a great one, everyone. Bye now.